Welcome to part 2 of the Zelda Universe visual guide for Legend of Zelda. Now that we've finished level 1, let's go ahead and head back across the bridge. We're going to make our way east over to level 2. So just either defeat or avoid these Octoroks right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to head down 2 screens. Defeat these enemies here, these levers. And then now we're going to head east. Just be sure to, any enemies that are in your way, defeat them, except for these P-hats. You're just going to have to go ahead and walk around them, because you have to wait for them to stop before you can defeat them. You can take on some of these red Octoroks here. Remember, we're trying to pick up as many rupees as possible. And we're going to go up and east through this little path here. And we're going to make our way all the way to the end. Make sure to be careful with these moblins here. Gotta dodge their arrows, and they try and group up on you. And then we're going to go east here, and now we're going to go north. We're going to go up a screen, and then we're going to go left right here. And now you are right next to the entrance to level 2. So go ahead and clear out some of these Octoroks. I'm going to grab those rupees. Now of course, enemies I defeat, they might not drop the same rupees as you, so just keep that in mind. And now we're going to enter level 2. We're going to start in level 2 by going up right here. We're going to defeat these enemies called ropes, these snake-like enemies. Once you defeat all of them, you're going to notice that this door is going to open and let us go through. And in this room here, we're actually going to get a key. We're going to defeat these ropes here as well, because they drop a lot of good rupees. You don't have to defeat all of them. I'm just doing it for the sake of trying to obtain as many rupees as possible. I do try and take into account that take that into account when I get items later on that I buy. Let's go ahead and defeat these as well. Trying to get some more rupees. By that I meant that so we'll try and have the same amount of rupees as you should have, so that you won't be short-handed on some of the items. And you're gonna get a key from defeating these ropes in these rooms. Now we're gonna go back up, and we're gonna go right here. And on this, from here on out, this isn't necessarily the best way to go about beating each dungeon. Some of these rooms are optional to actually tackle. You can skip this room. Like this room just had the compass, which points out where the Triforce piece is. That room is actually extraneous. You didn't actually have to go in there unless you didn't have this guide and you didn't know what to do. Now this room, be careful of these gorillas. There's actually 5 of them. There is a leader, so if you manage to luckily take out the leader, the others will vanish. And now in this room, you're going to go ahead and you're going to get the map. You can take out these gels real quick. They're a little pesky, remember that. Their movement's erratic. That's another room that was kind of extraneous if you're using this guide or know what to do. Now we're going to go up here, and you're going to have some more ropes. Go ahead and defeat them. And you're going to get another key. And in this room right here, this room's a little difficult. I would suggest if you have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the boomerang to stun them, and then try and take them out with a sword. As you see, I'm getting hit pretty profusely here. It might be best to either get a bomb and stun them with the boomerang, and then use a bomb on them to damage them, and then use your sword. But just be warned that this level, even as I showed it right there, you might die on that part. So just be careful, but you get the magical boomerang, and that will allow you to have a boomerang that can go faster and go across the entire room. So now we got these Lamellus here. Actually, sorry, that's actually Moldorms. And we're going to defeat them so that we can get a key. They also do drop rupees, and they do drop some hearts sometimes. If you have a bomb, it's actually better to try and run up and hit them with a bomb right away when they're grouped together, the parts. And I got the key, I was standing over it, it appears. This is another extraneous room. It does give you a bomb, so if you wanted to come to this room first before that blue gorilla room with the magical boomerang, if you needed bombs, you might want to come there first and then go back down to that room. But let's head back north. Now you come into this room with ropes. Go ahead and defeat them all so that you can open the locked shutter door. Shutter doors are doors that will only open once you defeat all enemies. That was a clock that froze all the enemies. Pretty advantageous for that part. And we're going into another extraneous room. You can defeat these if you want. And then we're going to actually It drops 5 rupees, so you might as well get that. But when you come to this room, that's gonna have another clue. This one says Dodongo dislikes smoke. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you hit the old man, he does shoot back at you. But anyway, about that riddle, basically it's trying to clue you in that something involving smoke, and so bombs make, you know, blow up smoke, you know, they toss up smoke and everything, so we're going to use bombs on the boss of the stage. Now in this part, you want to use the blocks to your advantage here when you're taking on the gorillas, since you don't want to get bottlenecked. You want to get them in the path above you, so they won't actually, they rarely throw their boomerangs down once they're in those narrow paths. But if you go into the columns, you're more, instead of the rows, you might get hit more easily. So you want to stay in the rows and bottleneck them above you, and not be in columns. Or if you're in a row and they're by your side, you gotta be careful too. Now, bombs are what are going to be able to defeat Dodongo here. What you want to do is you want to run up and drop a bomb in its path when it's coming at you, because you see if you drop it out in the middle of nowhere, it won't do anything. 2 bombs will kill them. There's actually a way to kill them with 1 bomb, from the smoke. Oh, I'm coming back here to get the extra bombs that I didn't need to get earlier. But yeah, you can kill them with 1 bomb. If the blast hits them, they can actually be killed by the sword on the next hit, and they'll actually leave majority of the time they'll leave behind bombs. But for beginners, it's easiest just to drop a bomb while they're coming at you, wait, drop another bomb. And so that ends level 2.